one though. Virgin Galactic is making a major leap. Wedding season isn't all it's cracked up to be, and one simple piece of clothing that's making a comeback.
Tiffany Craig has that and so much more in your Morning Money Minute.
Stock prices for spaceflight company Virgin Galactic jumped after the FAA cleared it to fly passengers to space. It's a major step toward launching full commercial flights. There's also talk that Virgin Galactic will try to launch its founder, Richard Branson, into space before Jeff Bezos from Amazon goes on July 20th. Couples who had to postpone weddings because of the pandemic are facing a new challenge: their budget. Prices for things like rentals, food, and flowers have jumped. So have labor costs for bartenders and servers. The overall price for a wedding this year is expected to jump 30 to 40%. And dresses are back. Yep, Forbes reports that customers are looking to bring joy back to their lives and celebrate like pre-COVID times. Dress sales dropped more than 30% last year, but are predicted to bounce right back. U.S. sales of dresses could top $97 billion this year. That's a whole lot of outfits. I'm Tiffany Craig with your Morning Money Minute.